Hi, my name is Rushakoff, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how to play the bass for Girls Rock CU. So I love the bass because it's a little bit like the percussion and the rhythm of drums plus the melody of guitar. It's very commanding and it can really drive your song. And honestly, you only need like 2 or 3 riffs to make a song. You can have more, but very easily you can already write a song. The main parts of the bass, you have 4 strings. I use a pick, and we have the volume knob is really the only knob that I use so that you can hear it louder or turn it off and not make noise. We've got a strap, which I have it to my hand length. I don't think it's going to be very comfortable if you have it up here. I think you might hurt your shoulder that way. We've also got a cord, and you can't see it down there, but I have a practice amp, which is a smaller amp than what I would use for an amp to perform at a show. So really quickly, I just want to show you the tuner, which I have a cordless one. It's got a battery inside. I've turned it on, and basically you use it to make sure you're in tune. So E, A, D, G. Maybe you can remember it as elephants are definitely gray. And you can see if it's green or if it's a little past. You can refine the knob a little bit here to get it in tune. Okay, now we're going to get into the fun part, which is the different techniques that you can play to create your riff. A riff is like a sequence that you will play over and over again until the next part of the song. So your A, B, C could be like A is the verse, B is the chorus, and you do A, B, and then C, an outro. That could be your song right there, and you just need 3 riffs that sound good to you. When I first learned how to play the bass, I wanted to do it as fast as possible. I didn't want to learn how to read notes. I just wanted to learn the techniques and play. So that's what I'm going to show you are a few different ways that you could play the bass. Okay, so I'm just going to use the E string and show you just pressing notes, and I use a pick to strum the first string. So, and the duration that you hold a note can also change the sound of it, the feeling of it, I mean. So this is the 3rd fret, and this is the 5th fret. I'm using 2 different fingers to play so that if I want to go back to the 3rd fret from the 5th fret, I can do very quickly. So right there you have a riff, and that could be your A part of a song. I want to show you what this hand is doing while the other hand is playing the frets. One thing I didn't notice is as I played this back is I kind of hit my bass, which I guess is a style. I'll just show you and explain. So, and I've just strummed this string, the E string, but then the second part of the riff, I kind of hit to mute the string, I kind of hit it. Right there, I muted it. And then let it ring out. Another fun technique is called a hammer-on. So it's where you press a note, and then another finger comes in and hammers on to the string. So again, the 3rd and the 5th fret. I only strum once. You You do need some finger strength in order to press down and for your fingers to be used to it. So if you want to just try it, you can also use your 2 fingers close together. And I guess it would also count if you strum the E string open, so you're not pressing any notes, and then your index finger can come on real fast. That would be a hammer-on. The next technique will be a pull-off. Let me stand back a little bit. Basically, you press down on a note. I'm going to use the 3rd fret on the E string. I'm going to strum it. And then my index finger is going to pull it down just a little bit. And now I'm going to show you a slide. And we don't have to go very far. Again, we can do the 3rd fret to the 5th fret. So I'll stand back a little. I only strum 1 time, but this index finger here is going to slide while the note rings out. I have to press down pretty hard. You could go backwards too. If you don't go fast enough, you'll kind of hear that silver bar. One really fun technique, and this is where your pick comes into play, and I'll just show you my pick. If you could tell, has a little bit of, you see that grid pattern on it? It's like a cat's tongue. If I use my nail on. And that is, it kind of helps you to not drop the pick. So we're going to use it to do some strumming. So I'm going to just play the E string open, which means I'm just not pressing any notes, just holding onto the neck of the guitar, the bass. And I will use the 9th fret as the other note. So. And you can come up with your own like rhythm that you want to do. So your strumming can be just repetitive and real fast, or it can have a little bit of rhythm and you can express yourself that way. Finally, I would say the most advanced technique that you could play on a bass, because the strings are thicker and you have to press down harder, is going to be a chord. You don't usually hear that in your typical songs, a bass chord, but I love it because I just love that sound. So a chord is pressing on 2 different strings at the same time and strumming just those 2 strings or 3 strings or whatever. So for this demo, I'm just going to have my middle finger on the 5th fret of the E string and my index finger on the 4th fret of the A string. So I'll come up real close so you could see it's these 2 fingers going here, pressing down, and then I have to just strum those 2. And then I'm also going to do a different chord with my index finger on the 5th fret again, but my pinky finger, which might be the hardest one to build strength in, but they do have like these finger grips that you can use to strengthen your the power of your fingers. But the pinky will be on the 7th fret of the A string. in between the chords, if you notice, I'm kind of curling my hand. I'm using my knuckles a little bit, or just whatever's coming in contact. It's not really the edge of my knuckles, but to mute the strings in between. So just putting together those two chords again. That's all I was going to show you for today. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to talk to you more about bass. My name is Holly Rushakoff. My email is my name, Holly, Holly, Rushakoff, Rushhakoff @gmail.com. And I hope that you have enjoyed this little intro to the bass and would love to see future musicians that come out of the Girls Rock CU camp. I'm very happy to be part of this group. Thank you. Bye.